Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Lane Kiffin is a great life lesson. Now, what do I mean by great life lesson, right? Now, part of this is his fault, part of this is not his fault, right? The part that isn't his fault is obviously the NCAA aligning their calendars better. They need to do that. That needs to happen, fast. Like next year, like at the end of the season's over, they need to align it better to where we don't have this right going into the playoffs after the regular season is over, yada yada. It's just counterproductive to me. They got to figure out a model for that, and that kind of puts Lane Kiffin in this precarious situation where he's trying to scatter and see what he's going to do, and things like that. But I still give him a brunt of the blame. And of that blame, like Lane Kiffin really screwed Ole Miss, bro. And they've been there for him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's a great coach. He's coached at USC. He's coached at the Raiders, right? He's coached at Tennessee. He's coached at Alabama. Not head coach. I'm just saying coaching in general. So he's done what he's supposed to do, right? To get to this point. Florida Atlantic was another job he had as well. But it's crazy that, I know Ole Miss ain't letting him coach, so I do want to put that out there. They ain't letting him coach, obviously, the team in the playoff. But, I mean, just to see a great season go to waste, I mean, it's not easy to win in the SEC. It's not easy to go 11-1, 7-1 in conference play. That's why I said there needs to be a change in the NCAA model and how they do all this, because you should be able to finish what you started, in my humble opinion. I know some people are against that. Some people are for it. Like, oh, why would you go finish something and poach players potentially? But he's going to poach regardless. Like, let's see after the season, then go talk about that. But let the man finish what he started. You never know, if a great run, be like, okay, I'm going to come back. It's crazy. Like, we've never seen this before. You're 11-1 in the college football playoff, and all of a sudden you're going to leave and be introduced as LSU's new head coach while your other team is just there. Your players are just there. Kewan Lacey is just there. Trinidad Chambers is just there. Like, that is blasphemy. That's crazy. And then on top of that, he's bringing his whole offensive staff. He told them if they aren't on the plane in Baton Rouge today, they won't have a job. And that is kind of insane. But I get it, because signing day is nearly here, right? You're going to have to probably flip some prospects. You got to get the recruiting going, right? Transfer portal. I get it. But it's just like, yeah, he's leaving really Ole Miss in a tough spot, because think about this, y'all. The whole offensive staff is gone now at Ole Miss. You lose your head coach. They got you 11-1 start. You're going to probably lose a lot of your players. And it's like, now, what do you do? What do you do for the college football playoff committee? All this is going on right now. So the reason I say it's a life lesson, because for one, the grass ain't always greener, right, on the other side, right? LSU is a great hire, but sometimes you got to think about what you built with another program. That's like me going, for an example, let's say I'm with NBC or something like that, or I'm with a lower brand. NBC is a great brand. Let's say I'm with FanDuel, right? I build up my name through FanDuel. NBC or ESPN offers me this big deal, but I made my name off of that. Now look, opportunities are great, y'all. And you're supposed to go after those opportunities, but sometimes it's the way you do it. And I think the way Lane Kiffin did it wasn't the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think there's different ways you can go about things, and obviously they didn't want him to coach, and now he's like, well, I'm going to screw you over and get all the offensive staff and poach players too. I just think karma comes back to you. Not saying he deserves karma, but whatever you put out in the atmosphere, it comes back to you. So again, with that analogy I was saying, it's nothing wrong with, staying and seeing. Think about it though. I told y'all before, he could have been a Ole Miss legend. Like, just what he's did with the program, 3 consecutive 10-win seasons in the college football playoff for the first time ever in their history. Like, there was a lot trending forward for him, and I think they would have supplied him with the resources he needed in order to continue to recruit at a high level and bring in what he needs to bring in to be successful. I humbly believe that. And sometimes it's the teams that or the people that are with you, in the mud. Those are the ones you want to stay loyal to. I feel like Ole Miss really gave him that. Some other teams, some other programs, they didn't really give Lane. When it went bad, it went bad. And Ole Miss, he was trying to, reconstruct that program. And obviously he did it, and he's a large reason why. But at the same time, them folks was down with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, like I said, opportunity is opportunity, but there's a way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? And I think Lane went about it the wrong way, and I think he could have definitely, did it differently, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I liked what he was building at Ole Miss. He was building, like I said, a low-key, I don't want to say a powerhouse, but he was building a team that was going to be competing for years to come, and they was going to be at the top of the SEC like how they are this year. No, they're not playing for SEC championship, but they're still on top of the conference. Now, LSU, you got to kind of rebuild, retool that roster, look in different directions to bring guys in order to do it. Now, look, LSU is a big brand. I like LSU. They're probably one of my favorite teams in terms of the SEC and teams to watch, right? Obviously my Hurricanes first, but if I had to pick a second team, I probably would go LSU. I do like the Tigers and what they represent and how well they play. They're probably one of my favorite SEC teams. And there's nothing wrong with coming there in order to win. But I think at the same time, man, just a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just a way to do it. But crazy to see this is going on right now. Wild to see Ole Miss getting screwed like this, and I feel for them, and I hope they can bring in the right guy to get them back to that level of what they had this year, 11-1. But that's a tough spot to be in if you Ole Miss and the fans, and for the fans. Hey, I feel y'all. If y'all mad at this man, hey, rightfully so, as y'all should be. I would be pissed the hell off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, bro, you going to do all this and screw us over? Like, bro, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? What the hell, bro? You know what I'm saying? We've only supported you, been there for you, been riding this wave with you. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough position to be in. Tough spot for Ole Miss fans. Tough spot for the administration, for the staff. Tough spot for the players as well, man. So, hate to see it, man. But, just a life lesson, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't wish any ill will on Lane Kiffin. I hope he's successful, you know what I'm saying, at LSU. I hope he does what he needs to do. But at the same time, it's just a way to go about things, man. You know what I'm saying? A way to go about things in a way to, go about things differently and not to screw over, people that was there for you, people that supported you, through this process as you continue to, kind of elevate in your career.